Call Jeff Spinard at 480-294-6417 or email info@voiceamerica.com. Again, that's Jeff Spinard at 480-294-6417 or send us an email to info@voiceamerica.com. Voice America is where you are and where you want to be. Join us around the globe as we broadcast live from some of the most interesting events available. Don't forget to view all our live events, including on-demand access to past events that you may have missed by visiting voiceamerica.com/live events.
Conversation at a click of a mouse. voiceamerica.com.
Welcome to the business show that will change the way you look at your business practice, your organization, and yourself. This is Let's Get Radical with Jody Padar. On today's show, you'll get the straight scoop on what it means to be radical and how it can help you become the next success story. Now, here's your host, Jody Padar.
Welcome back. I'm Jody Padar, and you are listening to Let's Get Radical. We are live at the AICPA Engage event, and it is it's crazy here, right? So we're in the vendor hall, and there's all kinds of people, and there's snacks out now, and there's a total buzz here. So it's really cool. And we are back again with Chris and Lyle Benson, who we just were talking to before break, and we're going to continue our conversation about how they're growing their firm and what they're doing to grow their business in relationship to financial planning. So I'll let you talk first, Lyle.
Sure. So as we are growing our firm, one of the things we're focusing on really are the services we offer and the kind of clients we offer it to. So we're stepping back, taking a minute to sort of step back, taking some time to step back and really think about what we do for clients, what that experience looks like, because we do a lot of different things for different clients. So we're spending time thinking about the types of clients, the services we're providing, and making sure that that the new clients we take on fit with one of those sort of target clients, if you will. We don't have a set niche. As I mentioned, we have a pretty broad range of types of clients, net worth of clients, and types of services we offer because we work in the financial planning, investment, and tax areas. So we just want to make sure we're providing a great client experience for each of those groups of clients, and that we're taking on clients that are a good fit for the firm overall, because we're a small firm. We're only 5 full-time people and 10 part-time with our tax help and all.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that is our focus right now, is trying to figure out who our ideal client is and stop taking on clients who are not a fit. It's really easy in this business to, especially once you've built the reputation of a firm that my dad's built. We have referrals constantly, and we have plenty of business coming in. It's making sure that the people that we bring on as clients are the right fit for us. They're what we want to do. I think that having the type of practice we have opens us up to a lot of opportunities with clients too. Sometimes we'll work with clients on a tax planning issue or do the tax return, and then they'll turn into a full service financial planning client because they realize that we have that expertise, and we're the ones they come to with those financial questions anyway, so why not have us do everything for them? A lot of clients don't realize that that's available to them, and they might think they need a financial advisor from a big brokerage firm, but they might not. They might be able to go to their CPA, who can also provide those services because we have that kind of skill level. So I think that's where we see growth in the firm, and we're just trying to make sure that we're growing the right way.
Cool. Most CPA firms build their financial planning practices from their existing clients. And that's really where they start with it. So looking at those clients, understanding what their needs are, what kind of concerns do they have, can help lead you to what services you really should be providing. And if there are niches there in the client base, closely held business owners, dentists, doctors, whatever it may be, trying to build your financial planning practice around those needs of the client is really the natural way to grow a practice, I think.
And how are you guys addressing the next generation for financial planning, like reaching out to those millennials?
There are 2 aspects to it, I guess. One, and I'll address the first one, a lot of our clients that are my age, that have been with me for 20, 30 years, their children are young adults now. So we're spending a lot of time, and a lot of those clients are high net worth clients. So there's going to be a wealth transfer that happens to them at some point in the future. So I'm getting Chris involved with many of those clients. He's involved in family meetings we might have as the parents start to bring their children into more of the wealth management of their family and the charitable goals and whatever else they may be doing. So really trying to address that next generation of existing clients that way. But Chris has also been thinking a lot about how we deal with the next generation of clients that aren't connected to us yet.
Yeah, I think that goes back to our business model and, how do you structure what we do for clients in a way that we can serve next gen. So a typical financial advisory firm might not talk to somebody with $10,000 in assets because that's how they charge. We don't. We go by an hourly or a fixed fee model. So a lot of younger clients will come to us with questions. How should I be saving? What investments should I be using? Is there any tax planning I should be thinking about? What retirement vehicle should I be saving in? And we can work with them on maybe a couple hours. I'll spend sitting down with them talking about their options. And then they might go off and do it themselves and come back a year later and say, I've got some new questions. And we can work with them in that model where they're not going to be the most profitable client for us, but down the road they will be. And they're getting the good advice. They're doing the right things now. And we're building that relationship with them where they're going to turn to us when they need more help. So when their complexity increases, we're going to be the ones that they come to. So I think that's why we're thinking a lot about what our business model is now and how we approach clients.
We want to be there for the entire family, and because there's multi-generational family planning we can do. I just got an email 5 minutes ago from a client who said his daughter, who we've worked with a little bit, just had a third child who has some health issues. Mm-hmm. And there's all kinds of related issues floating around about that. Do they have enough life insurance? Do their children have the wills in place in the estate planning documents? All of a sudden that's risen right to the top now because of what has happened with this child. So, getting us all together to talk about that. Chris will work with the children and their planning, and I'll work with the parents on their side. So making sure we're addressing the whole family is really important.
Cool. And Chris, we met actually on social media. How have you utilized social media within your practice or with professional relationships?
I think that's where it really has become more prevalent for me. It's not a marketing tool where I think I'm going to get clients or I'm trying to get clients, but the connections I've built through there, meeting so many different advisors around the country who are doing amazing things. I mean, I've had sit-down lunches and learned so much from some people that I just knew from Twitter. And I would have never had that ability in the past, and it just makes people so much more accessible. And somebody who I know is an expert at something, I can send them a message on Twitter and they'll respond to me, and then all of a sudden we're having a conversation about something, and it might lead to another opportunity. Maybe they come speak here. I chair a local state society's personal financial planning conference, and I've brought in people for that who I met on Twitter, who I consider friends and colleagues in the industry. So it's really opened up a lot of doors, and it's amazing how easy it is to get on there and to meet people. You can get overwhelmed by the amount of information out there, but as long as you use it strategically and know what you're trying to get out of it, I think it can be really beneficial.
So it's really interesting to me because your dad is very actively involved with the AICPA and the profession, et cetera, and he did it old school, right? He did it live in person. And Chris, I see you doing the exact same thing. I just see you doing it with technology, with the internet. So it's pretty cool to watch that. How it actually is being passed down. It's just using different tools. And I think a lot of times people don't realize that because they don't realize that we're really doing the same thing. We're just doing it with different tools. Yeah, so exactly. That's pretty cool.
It really is. Great observation.
Yeah. And it's like that across the board too. I mean, it's I have a stepson who's 16 years old, and he never goes and hangs out with his friends because they're always on headsets and playing video games. Like I used to go down the street and play video games with my friends, and I don't know what he was doing, but it's just a different world, but it's the same thing. It's just done a different way.
Right.
So.
Right.
And we had a speaker this morning at the conference here at Engage that talked about the future of technology, that had some amazing statistics and facts about what the future looks like and the power of computing that's going to be in the devices you have in your pocket.
Wow. So as far as Engage goes, what's on the agenda for the rest of the day?
So we got a number of, what's great about Engage is it gives you the opportunity to come to a conference, and if you're focused on personal financial planning, but you need to get some tax expertise in the new Section 199 rules, you can go find an expert session on that and fit that into your day. So having those crossover sections and being able to access the tax and the estate planning area is really important. We've got a best ideas panel at the end of the day today that I'm part of. I usually am the moderator on those, so I'm a little different to be in a role of being on the panel, but Bob Veras is leading that, moderating that. And that'll be a great summary of sort of the best thinking from a planning standpoint overall. Also, the lunch and learn sessions today are going to be interesting too. A lot of people have signed up for those where you can get kind of hands-on information from leaders in the field.
Wow. So it's a full day. Actually, it's a full week.
A full week.
So the only issue that I see is that there's too much content. And I feel like each time I have 3 or 4 different sessions that I want to go to, and it's trying to pick and choose which one I'm going to go to and which one I'll just look at later and go through the materials. So much great content here. It's worth coming every year.
And do we have any fun stuff planned?
Oh, Top Golf tonight is always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's always a lot of fun, and there's always time to fit some fun in, even in a real busy schedule.
Yeah.
The key, I think, is really just networking with your peers, meet people. You'll meet people that have practices similar to yours, that face the same issues you face in your practice. You can learn so much from that interaction with people.
So this has been an awesome interview. So thank you guys for being on Let's Get Radical, and stay tuned because we have a lot more coming over the next or throughout the afternoon.